Good morning, David. It is Sunday morning here at, says it's 8:30, no, it's like whatever. It's like 8:45, something like that. I just pulled out of the Planet Fatness parking lot, and I'm going to drive home. I'm heading like due east right now toward Rhode Island. So Groton, it kind of goes along the coastline. New London, Groton, Mystic, then Stonington. But Mystic, some weird reason, it really kind of goes Groton, New London, Stonington, because Mystic is it seems to be like a town within two towns. People will ask you, do you live in the Groton side of Mystic or the Stonington side of Mystic? Like, what do you mean? Like, I live in Mystic. It's weird, but it's true. In other words, Jill pays like taxes over on this side in Groton. I pay taxes over on the other side, or you could live in Mystic and pay on the other side. I don't know what the heck that's about. Anyway, I just finished my little round of weightlifting. Saw Anthony. He was he was at the front desk talking to this girl. Who knows what? Kind of maybe who knows? Maybe we do know what he was talking about. And as I leave, whenever you leave Planet Fitness, there's always they always say, "Have a good day, have a good day." It's like, mandatory. And the girl goes, "Have a good day." And Anthony looks up and he sees me and goes, "Hey!" He was like, "Hold on, where are you going? I gotta catch your ear." I was like, "Anthony!" And I just dashed out the door before he got to, before he got a chance to grab me. And so I'm gonna go up here right now, and sorry about the wiggly jiggly. It's kind of an '84 Mercedes big sedan for sale, probably inexpensively, just kind of a cool looking car. But anyway, I'm going to go up and I'm going to get some milk. And I really got to probably go out and get some pastry and bagels and all that stuff if Raleigh and his girlfriends are going to stop over the house this morning, which I cannot imagine. They were probably up pretty late. We left them at the dog watch. It had to be pretty close to 11. Anyway, let me just tell you why. One thing without boring you to tears here. So last night, while I'm in bed, and it had to have been 11:30 or 12 o'clock, somebody rang the doorbell. And I hear Jacqueline yell from upstairs. She goes, "Mom, who rang the doorbell?" And I'm like, "What the hell?" I mean, I was sound asleep. I was so tired, I conked out. And Jill and Jack go look out the front door. Nobody was there. Then they thought, shit, Lauren's out in the guest house. What's going on? They went out there. Lauren was fine. We just have no idea how or why anyone would have, or not, we know how, they just pushed the button, why anyone would have rung the doorbell. And I was thinking about that today. It's not like we're in a neighborhood where there's kids doing pranks. There's no kids on our street. I mean, there's some kids way down the street. Could have conceivably been them. What were they doing running around 11:30 on a rainy night? Unless the parents were out or left them and they were just out, raising, Cain in the neighborhood. Then I was thinking today, okay, well, maybe I called the house yesterday and Jill I said, I called the house. I said, "What are you doing, Jill?" She's like, "Oh, I'm working on some tennis stuff for blah, blah, blah." I said, where's the dog, And she goes, "Oh, he's outside barking at the neighbors." And I said, well, Jill, you really can't do that. We can't, we don't want to be the neighbor with the barky dog. And she's never had a dog. And apparently she's never lived to anybody that had a barky dog. But it'll drive you out of your mind. And even though, the people near us are not really ever really even home. I mean, I think the guy behind us is there maybe twice a month. It's his second home, and the people next to us, they have another home in Florida or California, so they're not around a lot. But still, I said, "No, we can't do that, Jill. You got to get the dog in." So, did Jill go out and get Wilson in? Did Wilson stay out there and do his little yapping for 20 minutes? And did the neighbor figure okay, I have a great idea. After I'm done watching, the David Letterman show or Conan O'Brien, I think I'll go over and ring your doorbell at 11:30. So, who knows? Maybe that's what somebody did. Although these kind of high-profile neighbors. I was thinking that wouldn't be, good. Wife of one of America's most powerful executives rings doorbell of neighbor, but I don't know. So, whatever. I'll have to figure it out. Oh, God, there was one other thing I wanted to just totally bore the living crap out of you with. I can't think. Oh, well, today is Mother's Day, you're right? We do celebrate it, and yeah, naturally, there's definitely some reflection on, strong reflection on Raleigh, Brittany, and I's part. What would today have been like? I remember, well, Raleigh's birthday's today as well, so we're gonna celebrate his birthday. Jill is going. No, okay. So Lauren has this Russian girl coming over today, who is in in school with her. Lauren is doing her master's at NYU, and she got accepted in some program that's some international affairs program, which she was very excited to do. And this Russian girl apparently got accepted as well. And this Russian girl is going to take the train up and come to the house, and then then Jill is taking the three of them to the New York Yacht Club over in Newport for lunch. Now, she said, you can come, and I'm thinking like, well, I kind of want to be with my kids, and we certainly can't bring everyone there. The way it works is Peter is the member of the yacht club. Women cannot be members. A man can only be the member. How freaking ridiculous is that? And so Jill is a guest of her husband. That makes a lot of sense, right? So all the bills, at the yacht club, you don't pay. All they do is they just mail the bill to the member. So there's no prices on the menu. You have no idea what you're doing. But all we know is that the bill goes to Peter, and then Peter goes like, "What in the world?" And like has a meltdown if we go there and have beers or something. So those guys are going to go there, and then the "what in the world" phone call or email is going to come to Jill, which, let me really get down to the what in the world. What in the freaking world? I'm like, Jill, FYI, that's half your money that you ask your husband to, send you every month to pay all the bills, by the way. So, what do you got to, worry about him? So I'm like, oh, shit. But anyhow, I just don't feel like being part of it, so she can say, hey, I took Lauren, Jacqueline, and their guest to the club for lunch. I'm gonna go and get Raleigh and Britt, maybe Howard, and see if I can get those guys to go out to lunch somewhere, and we'll take Raleigh out for celebrate his birthday. And I think the restaurant that Howard works in, this would normally be, his restaurant's open. So they're, that means he's got to be working. I mean, Mother's Day is a huge, huge day. Really, really big. So you've seen in my meandering, David, I just came the back way from Planet Fitness. And what I mean the back way, the back way, but got off some of the major roads. And I'm just cutting down Cedar Road now. One other thing, you might be noticing, I mean, I'm certainly noticing it, is how green things have gotten. You know how spring, just boing, it happens. You see this freaking thing here? Look at this. Some asswipe put that trailer on that piece of property, and I have a feeling it's these asswipes in this house here. And I'm going to like to tie that thing to the freaking train when it goes by. Nice big long rope. There's the tracks out there. And what I could do is have a pull line when the train goes by. I could pull that trailer out into the bay. I called zoning once already. The guy never called me back. But I'm like, how can you put a trailer like that in disrepair and just leave it there on your property? There's something, I don't know, there's something wrong with that. It's just a real eyesore, and I don't want to meddle into other people's private lives. I really don't. I have a lot of respect for privacy, but you also have a civic responsibility, and that civic responsibility is the wellness of the whole community in your town. And letting a rotting heap of shit sit there on a lot completely unattended is a lack of civic responsibility. Here comes a group of people on the street, the perpetual dog walkers. Let's see what we got. They're gonna wave to me. Let's see. They're gonna wave to me, and they'll have some complaint when I go by. His car's too white. Yep, there we go. Yeah, hi. Did you see him? God. His car's so white. That white really reflects in my eyes. There'll be some idle. What is it? Idle hands do the work of the devil, or the work of the devil is done with idle hands. Something along those lines. These people right here in this house are she or he. I can't remember. I bet you she is. Yeah, she is. She is a Mohegan. Last of Mohegans, if you remember the cartoons, which means she's American Indian. So she's one of the owners of the Mohegan Sun. Voila! It's like having a printing press for money. And they're nice people. Oh, Luke Wilson's out. I put him in the guest house before. The girls must have kicked him out as they're trying to sleep. Anyhow, Dave, that's about it. I'll talk. Ooh, this is way too long. Sorry, bye.